You're listening to Entrepreneur's Enigma, a podcast about the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey. Every week, your host Seth Goldstein interviews entrepreneurs from all walks of life about their entrepreneurial journeys. From store owners to Fortune 500 CEOs, we all have stories to tell. So sit back and join us for the next 20 or so minutes while we explore the entrepreneurial world.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneur's Enigma podcast. I am, as always, your host, Seth. Today I have a buddy of mine, Jason Barnard. It's Barnard, right? Barnard, yeah. I said it right.
That's exactly it.
Barnard. I got it. He is also the Brand SERP Guy. He has the hashtag, the Brand SERP Guy, because guess what? He talks about how to get your brand in the SERP. What a concept. Well, he is the chief bottle washer at Kalicube, and it's kalicube.com, right?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Kalicube with a K. So KALICUBE.com. He has a fantastic newsletter, which I subscribe to, and is marvelous, absolutely marvelous. He's got a big PDF download as well, where you can. It's free. So there's no reason why you shouldn't go get it. I think you said right before the show, it's like a 70+ page document on how to implement Brand SERP and all the Kalicube method, which is insane that it's free. So come on, dude. What's it doing for free, buddy? Come on, man.
Right. I'll tell you exactly why, because the Kalicube process is the process that I invented, and it's a universal approach to digital marketing for any person or any corporation that works every time, and it's future-proof.
Ooh,
and
future-proof, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's universal and it's future-proof. So I figure that everybody needs it. We can't serve everybody in the world. No. So we give it away for free. And anybody who feels that this is really, really important to their business or their personal brand and understands that we'll do it faster, we'll do it more reliably, we use data to do it, 2 billion data points, and we'll save them headspace and time and avoid them making the mistakes that people inevitably make. Get us to do it for you. We don't need 1 billion clients.
No, you can't.
We only need 100.
Exactly. You can help the people who really need you, and then help everyone else out, which is nice, and plus get them on your newsletter. So that's kind of key.
Yeah, it's all smart marketing.
It's all smart marketing, and smart as the acronym smart marketing as well. So
that's true.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking outside the box. So, Jason, how did you get started in this whole realm? I mean, everyone in the SEO community kind of has heard of you. Your name kind of is SEO, especially the Brand SERP side of things. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, when you say Brand SERP, it's Jason. Jason's the guy. Yeah. How does this all get started? Have you always been an entrepreneur, or how's that work?
Right. Well, and first of all, the SERP, SERP, is search engine results page. So that comes from the SEO background. But I'm now a digital marketer, and I help people with their personal brand and their corporate brand online. And as you said, it gives you brand visibility across all the different platforms, including search. But I come from search, but I'm not a search guy anymore. I'm a marketing.
You're recovering.
Yeah, recovering SEO. But I got into SEO through multiple stages. I started off with an economics degree.
That can be helpful. I can see that, yeah.
Then, as many people do from an economics degree, segued into punk folk music, and I became a professional punk folk musician.
Oh, punk folk. Wow, that's interesting. So, punk done on acoustic, pretty much.
Yeah, you got it. Nailed it. And that's where my entrepreneurial journey started, because we had the group, we were playing in the street, we wanted to make an album, we wanted to really...
You're buskers, yeah.
Yeah. But then we wanted to go pro. We wanted to play in front of stadiums full of people. And I created a record company in order to release our first record. So that was my first entrepreneurial step. And I created a record company, recorded the record, paid for the record, distributed the record, and we sold in total 40,000 albums over 6 years.
It's not a lot, but it's a lot. I mean, especially when it's your own company and you don't have Universal Music Group behind it, that's a crap load.
Yeah.
But then if you're looking at Universal Music Group, that's a modest amount. But still, 40,000 over 6 years, 40,000 is a lot. Let's not knock that.
Well, I mean, as a band, if we'd been signed to a major label, we'd have been getting, 50 cents or $1 per sale.
We're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and get right back to the show. Yeah.
We got out of the $15 CD, we got $13. So,
bravo!
Thank you very much.
Bravo! That's how you do it.
That's entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship is how you can get the most out of what you're doing, so you're not, when someone else take all the money and you just get, 50 cents on the dollar, which is ridiculous, or the pound, or the euro, or whatever denomination of currency we're talking about, because you're a Brit in France, so go figure.
Go figure, exactly. And the interesting thing there is I no longer have the company. I sold it to my business partner who came in afterwards, and it's still going strong. It's 33 years, still going strong, still profitable.
And you can look at your baby all grown up. It's awesome.
It is lovely, isn't it? And then I segued into children's entertainment, and I made TV series, websites, games for kids, multimedia content for kids. That company we started in the year 2000.
Oh, the year 2000. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's still going strong, still profitable 24 years later. Wow. But I don't own it anymore. So then I moved on to Kalicube, and Kalicube is all about brand online, maximizing the value and the benefit that what your brand brings you online in communicating correctly and across the right platforms to the right people at the right time. You can make a very, very, very solid business online.
But there's a red thread through your whole journey, if you think about it, because it's all been marketing. It's all been branding. It's all been your personal brand, and there's a red thread through the whole thing. The
red thread, which is the red threads I'm wearing the red shirt.
And he's even ready. For those who are listening, he's wearing a red shirt. For those who are watching, can see the red shirt. So there you go.
Brilliant. Yeah, and it's interesting that you should say that, because for me, I was doing music and I was doing cartoons, and I was really focused on the creativity and what I was doing, as opposed to the business side or the marketing side.
Yeah.
But in fact, with Kalicube now, it's business, marketing, and doing in that order, whereas up until now, it's been doing things, marketing and business.
But it's all, you're good at, and you hire for the rest. You build something, you're like, I'm done with this. But instead of just closing it down, you sell it off, or you hand it over to your partner, and you say, keep running with it. And you have 2 babies out in the world that are still rocking and rolling. No pun kind of intended, I guess. So punk rocking out in the real world, that you can look at and say, hey, I started that. That's kind of cool. And look at them still going strong. It's like your babies are grown up.
Yeah, I don't get this. I didn't really realize it. I didn't really think about the fact that I was an entrepreneur and that these companies have been going 66 years cumulatively.
Yeah.
Profit-based companies making a profit 66 years, and I did it. And then, as you said, I left.
The back. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I left my babies with other people who are now managing them and doing absolutely fine. And now Kalicube's my baby. And I'm.
How long have you been doing Kalicube for?
9 years now.
There is a good run. Clearly, you're onto something there.
Yep. Well, I think looking back over my career, every single one of these projects has taken 8 or 9 years to take off.
Yeah, it's a 10-year overnight success, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And this time I'm gonna hang on. This time I don't have a business partner. It's just me and my team, 22 people now in the Philippines.
Wow.
Nice big team. And I've learned that this is a business. I'm running a business, and as a CEO of a company, I need to delegate to the leadership team. The leadership team know what they're supposed to do. I get out of the way and they do the work.
Exactly.
And I'm here.
You're more biz dev, more the face of the company, more like, Jason, being Jason, essentially. You're Jason. You're the Brand SERP Guy.
Easiest job in the world.
Yeah, you be yourself. You personal brand yourself, which is kind of key.
Which brings me on to a nice kind of topic. I was thinking about it the other day. And in fact, I think we've just invented the solution to startups.
Yeah.
And it's all the Kalicube process. What the Kalicube process does is promote a brand using brand marketing and SEO in that order. And what I've realized is with Kalicube, I've built up my personal brand to the point at which my personal brand drives 80% of the sales.
Bravo. There you go.
Thank you. But my problem now as a startup is if I want to sell the startup and move on, I can't sell it because it's me. But what the Kalicube process can do is then build up the corporate brand to dominate and pull my focus away from me as the business leader at Kalicube to reduce that and flip it from 80-20 my brand selling to 80-20 the corporate brand selling, then I can exit. That's brilliant.
At some point. Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
You said you're going to hold on for a little while, so I'm going to hold you to that. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm actually going to stick around with Kalicube because I really love it, and the leadership team is amazing, and kind of building it as a group project, which we all really enjoy.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. But I think kind of from a startup perspective, we talk to investors who say, well, one of the problems with building up a personal brand, which is what we principally sell, is how do you build up the personal brand of a CEO or a founder of a corporation? They say, well, the problem if we build that up too much, then we can't sell the company for as much money because the person will then leave the company and the value of that person for the company is too high. But then if I say to them, what we can do is kickstart with the personal brand and then defocus everything away from the personal brand and towards the corporate brand, then you've got something you can sell. So we can kickstart with the personal brand. We don't have to stick with it over time because we control how the world perceives you and your corporation.
I like that. See, always thinking, buddy, always thinking. So in your mind, since you've been an entrepreneur, even though you haven't known it for this long, what's the best thing about being an entrepreneur in your mind?
Freedom.
Absolutely. Didn't even skip a beat.
Nope, freedom.
You can be in the south of France,
Yep.
rocking and rolling, and just having the best old time.
Yeah, well, I live in the south of France. I travel a lot. I get to decide whether I travel, where I travel. I get to decide where I'm going to live. I have a team who work for me and with me. And this is the new thing for me as an entrepreneur is I used to do it all myself. And now I've learnt the value of delegating, and I've learned the way to delegate.
Yeah.
And delegating is so hard. Sorry.
Oh, it's very hard. It's very hard to do. And it's kind of the key is realizing that sometimes you just got to take a step back. And if things blow up, you fix them, you adjust. You fix them, you adjust. You fix them, you adjust.
Yeah.
And this is how you got to do it.
Yeah. And I think as an entrepreneur, you kind of think, well, I can do all of this. So why would I give it to anybody else? Why I'd trust other people? And understanding that you need to trust other people, that you need to step back and let them get on with it. And they will mess it up sometimes. And that's part and parcel of the deal. And actually doing it, feeling it and believing it and feel comfortable with it. It's the feeling comfortable with it that's so hard to master, because if you don't feel comfortable with it, you're always thinking and always worried and stressed. And once you're comfortable delegating truly to your leadership team, life becomes a super breeze. It's wonderful.
That's awesome. But what keeps you up at night, especially with the business?
Less and less, actually. Not much. Less and less. As the team step up and take over, and my job is to get out of their way and just give them the big ideas, the big lines. Stuff that keeps me up at night is less to do with, and that's it, sorry. What keeps me up at night today is how do I solve the problems that everybody's going to have in 5 years' time?
Yeah.
And keep the company way ahead of the field. So in terms of digital marketing, we solved it today. What's going to happen in 5 years' time? How can we prepare ourselves?
What's going to happen tomorrow? I mean, seriously. I mean, we're talking about 5 years. I mean, we used to say 5 years out. Oh, God, that's really close. No. Now things are happening every week. Like Google's going crazy with their algorithm changes. And it's just like, oh my God, guys, calm down. Calm down.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about when I say future-proof is Google, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Apple, Bing, ChatGPT, they all function the same way now, and they will not change fundamentally how they function. And the Kalicube process is, and always has worked on understandability, deliverability, and credibility. And the point here is the machines need to understand who you are, what you do, which audience you serve, believe that you're a credible solution for their audience, for their users, and have the deliverable content from you that allows them to present you to their users.
Love it.
And that process is A, universal across all these different machines, and B, timeless, future-proof, because they will not fundamentally change the way they all work.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And so what is the most important thing to carry with you all the time, besides the guitar?
Well, when I was in the band and we traveled around Europe playing gigs, I always walked out of the house thinking, did I forget my passport?
Oh,
The
no.
only thing that you have to have when you're traveling is the passport. Everything else is replaceable. So passport, not every time you travel, but if you're traveling internationally, passport.
And now
That's
Europe,
what you need
you
to
don't
think.
you don't have to do it anymore. I mean, I think because of Brexit, you have to to go to England. But other than that,
Yeah, that's complicated a little bit, but I'm now French and British, so I've got the French passport and the British passport.
Aren't you fancy? So when you go when you go home, you can use the British passport and you just get back. When you go back, you can use the French passport and get back into the EU.
Yep, exactly. You've absolutely nailed it. It's really easy for me.
Smart man. Exactly. I just got the U.S. passport, which is terrifying. So we'll leave it at
that. Right. So yeah, I don't know. In terms of every day, for me, I should never go out professionally without the red shirt. And I've spent 10 years making sure that I wear the red shirt every time I appear in public for any professional engagement like this one.
Like Steve Jobs always wore the black turtleneck. I mean, whether or not that was meant to be knowing him, it was meant to be a brand push. It was clearly a personal brand thing. I think it started off that he just thought they were comfortable. Yeah, well, I can tell you now, red shirts aren't comfortable. No, collared shirts are not comfortable. They're not. No, but they're not comfortable. They're just not the most comfortable out there. It's a t-shirt's better, but you got your brand, you got to go with it. Like I always walk around with my Gold Stamia shirt on. And when I don't, I have a name badge I put on instead, and that kind of thing. I'm always branding something because you got, and that's the thing about Gold Stamia. Gold Stamia is me. I'm Gold Stamia, and it's just, and it's one of the things is like I've never intended on ever selling Gold Stamia. My thing is that, but you never know in the future. So that's when you do the Kalicube process. Exactly. Get that PDF. Sign up for the newsletter. That's kalicube.com, kalicube.com/guides. And if you go to GUIDES, it will give you a page full of guides we've got, one of which is the Kalicube process, another is how to get a knowledge panel, another is how to write content, another is how to survive in a world of AI, ChatGPT, Google, Gemini, Bing, Copilot. Don't glue and don't jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. Those are two things you do, and you'll survive the AI if you just don't listen to it all the time. If it sounds stupid, it probably is stupid. So, very, very true. Don't put Elmer's glue on your pizza. Just don't. It may not be toxic, but don't do it. If we can come back a wee step, I've just realized, or I've just remembered, or thought of the answer to what keeps me up at night. Oh. And what keeps me up at night now is the same thing that kept me up at night when I was doing the cartoons for kids. And the same thing that kept me up at night when I was a musician in the punk folk band. And that is being overexcited about what I'm going to do the next day. Because I love it so much. That'll keep you up. That will keep you up. I want to get on to the next day. I want to get on to the next day. Sleep is overrated. I want to go back I'll keep working. I want to keep working. It's like being a kid. You're overexcited about the next day because it's going to be so much fun. I love it. That's the way to be. So, Jason, where's your hangout online? Like, where do you hang out the most? Well, in fact, if you want to hang out with me, you can search my name on Google, Jason Barnard, JASONBARNARD, and the Brand SERP, the search engine results page for my name, gives you the choice of how you want to engage with me. So you can choose my personal website, my corporate website if you want to work with us, LinkedIn if you want to hang out on LinkedIn, look at what I post on LinkedIn, the list of articles if you want to research more about what I'm talking about, videos of me talking about the Kalicube process, about managing brand online. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it. Go to my Google me. Yep. And that's the point, is when you can get to the point where live on air I can say, just Google me and you'll find me and you'll know exactly how you can engage with me. That's great personal brand management. Bravo. Bravo. I mean, literally, it's not you're just selling it, you're proving it works. Yeah, walking the walk. But that's what we tell our clients. That's also how you beat the algorithms. You beat the algorithms by walking the walk with your audience, engaging with them in a manner that makes sense to them, that solves their problems in the right places, and the machines will see it and emulate, replicate what you're doing with your human audience. It's really simple. It is. And people overthink it way too much. Yep, definitely. We don't overthink it. Yeah. We keep it that simple. It's the three phases: understandability, credibility, and deliverability. Yeah. Brand and marketing packaged as SEO for the machines. Walk the walk with your audience. The machines will simply replicate it.
Simple as that. The difference that we have when we're working for our clients is we've got a database of 2 billion data points that allows us to identify exactly what you need to do and in what order.
Love it. So it's kalicube.com/guides.
Yep.
It's kalicube.com/newsletter to get his newsletter. And it's jasonbarnard.com to see his smiling face.
Yes,
And
that's exactly it.
And his red shirt. Yeah. It's his brand. It's his brand. You got to do it, buddy. You got to do it. Jason, this has been so much fun. And this has been such a thrill. I've been following your journey forever. So it's kind of neat to kind of finally connect.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm delighted, A, that you're following my journey, and B, that we did get this chance to connect and discuss.
Yeah.
You got the right time to discuss with me now that I've learned and realized that I'm an entrepreneur who happens to be a digital marketer as opposed to a digital marketer who happens to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's the right way of thinking about it. Is you got to think about it that way. Reverse the two, and it works out so much better. So, Jason, thank you so much for being on. Everyone, go to kalicube.com/guides or /newsletter. Get his goodies. Connect with him all over the place. He's a great guy, very friendly. He won't bite your head off. He's very jolly. And
Jolly.
And
you've got the English accent to go with it, which is delightful.
Seriously, you got that British accent. That's like amazing. It's like, I love the British accent. Honestly, my son has to go to bed he goes to bed and goes to sleep listening to Paddington Bear on Audible with Hugh Bonneville reading it. And Hugh Bonneville has that good British accent. And it just lulls you to sleep.
Okay. I'm going to try and improve mine so that I speak like this, much more like the central, delightful Southern English people with a posh accent. Seth has gone to sleep.
Seth has gone to sleep. On that note, we'll see everyone next week.
That was a great show. If you're enjoying Entrepreneur's Enigma, please consider giving us a review in the podcast directory of your choice. Every review helps us reach new listeners. If you like Entrepreneur's Enigma, consider the other shows on the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcast.net.
Goldstein Media hopes you have enjoyed this episode.